In this video, I want to discuss how you would go about actually figuring out how much a client can actually pay you and how much you should actually be charging a resident's family in order to stay in your residential assisted living facility. So if you're interested, make sure to stick around. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're all doing well. If you're new here, my name is Serge. Welcome to the channel. To all my reoccurring viewers, thank you so much for all the love and support that each and every single one of you have shown me. And if you have not yet, make sure to go check out the God Made podcast on most streaming platforms. Also, feel free to go check out legionassistedlivingacademy.com, where I teach how to start your own facility from A to Z. Also, feel free to go and book a one-on-one mentorship call with myself or book a full day and come spend it with me at legionassistedlivingacademy.com or in the description of this video. And also feel free to go check us out at Valley ALF Ventures on Instagram or at valleyalfventures.com if you are a limited partner looking to passively invest in this space, or if you're an operator looking to potentially lease a facility and expand your operations, or looking to sell your facility. Feel free to reach out to us. We would love to have that conversation with you. And with all the housekeeping out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of this video. Now, how do you go about actually figuring out how much a resident or their family can actually pay you for your assisted living facility, and also how much you should actually charge for your residential assisted living facility? So let's go ahead and actually talk about how you should figure out how much a client can actually pay you. So the very first thing that happens oftentimes when somebody contacts you, whether it be the resident's family or even a placement agent or somebody who has that referral ready for you, what they'll typically tell you is what their health history is, how old they are, just some basic information about the client, and then also their budget that they would be looking for. And so typically right off the bat, you can find out if that's coming from a referral resource such as a placement agent, hospice, home health, discharge planner, etc. One of these individuals will be able to tell you all that basic information up front. But if they do not have that budget already and they haven't asked the family what their budget is, what you can do is when they come and tour your facility is on the tail end of the tour is when you actually discuss the rate that you would be charging, and also asking them what their budget is and what they would be looking to spend every month for the service that you're going to provide for their loved one. And so oftentimes that is when you're going to be able to find out exactly if your rate matches their budget, and they will let you know if it works for them or if it doesn't. And if they're going through any of these referral sources, they would let them know after they tour the facility. But I typically encourage that you find that out before they end up leaving your facility, so that way you're not wasting your time and their time and anybody else's time. Because if they cannot pay the rate that you're going to be charging, it doesn't make sense for them to continue trying to haggle you down to be able to fill a bed of yours. You're better off waiting until you get the right client, the right resident, the right family who are going to be able to pay you what you are willing to charge for your facility. And so how do you figure out what you are going to charge at your facility and per bed? So oftentimes on mentorship calls, I go into a lot of depth in regards to what you need to do in order for your market research to figure out what kind of rate you're going to be charging. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to discuss a lot more of this in detail. So first thing you want to do is take a good list of the facilities that are within a 5-mile radius of your facility. Make sure that these facilities are not big box facilities. They're not skilled nursing facilities. They're not these facilities that are not going to be relevant to the size of your facility and what services you're going to be providing. You want to make sure that the list of facilities you have are the same type of providers that you're going to be. So for instance, if you're a residential assisted living facility, you're gonna only look for residential assisted living facilities to add to this list within a 5-mile radius to 10-mile radius of your facility. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna compile that list and you're gonna call each one of them and potentially try to set up a tour. And if you can, try to get the rate right away once you contact them. Now, if you want to go take a tour of their facility and make that connection and make that contact with that owner and be able to start building up your resource base and your contact list within the industry, that's what I would suggest you do. But regardless though, once you compile those rates from each one of those facilities, you want to take the average, right? And see what each one is averaging, right? Because some of these facilities will be charging less for a private and a semi-private than other ones. But again, it's a good idea to go and tour these places because you can see what they're offering for those rates that they're charging. So if they're on the lower end, you may end up going and taking a tour and seeing that, of course, it makes sense why they're charging a lower rate because the facility isn't so nice. You know, the services that they're providing, the food that they're feeding their residents isn't up to par and up to standard. And you may come to find out that the ones that are on the higher end are no different than the ones on the lower end, but the ones that are doing a really great job are the average ones, right down the middle, right? So you want to make sure you know what you're dealing with and who your competitors in a way are to see what they're offering their clients and their residents. So when families go, most likely they're going to tour all of these facilities if they're coming with a placement agent or they've been referred to these different facilities. You'll know exactly what it is they're offering and what you can do to make yourself stand out. And once you have that average rate down, you can then tailor it depending on if you're going to be providing different things like an a la carte type of service on top of it. And again, this will give you a good baseline to work off of when you're trying to figure out what type of rate you're going to be charging at your facility. So again, to recap, you're going to discuss with the families at the end of the tour, or most likely get that budget from whatever referral source they're coming from in order to know exactly how much they're going to be paying, the source of their payment, right? Is it going to be private pay? Is it going to be supplemented some from Medicaid and then some from private pay from the family, which does happen a lot often than not? Or is it going to have to be some type of private insurance that you're going to have to bill, or is it going to be VA? What does that all look like, right? And where's those funds coming from? And secondly, again, you want to look at what everybody else within a 5 to 10 mile radius of the similar type of facility that you're going to be having to see if your rate is way too high or way too low. And if it's way too low, bring it up to at least average. And if it's way too high, again, bring it down to at least average. That way you can keep your beds filled. You're actually right in line with what other people are charging for their beds. And then that way you can keep your beds filled. You're not undercutting or overpricing your beds. And again, you got to make sure prior to you starting your facility that you do all the underwriting and the pro forma to make sure that you're going to be profitable, right? Because maybe the average is $4,000 per bed, but again, maybe you need to be charging $5,000 to $6,000 in order to actually hit a 20 to 25% profit margin on your facility. So with all that being said, I hope that this video has been informative for you guys and has provided some context and helps you guys with your journey of starting a residential assisted living or any other type of facility. And make sure, if you haven't checked out legionassistedlivingacademy.com, again, I go into depth if you want to book a one-on-one mentorship call with myself to continue having more in-depth answers to your questions. Make sure to go do that. And again, you can book a full day with myself, and you can reach out to me via email or just book a mentorship call if you want to get more details on that prior to booking. And with all that being said, I will talk to you all in the next one. God bless.